said the show. Once said the boss, if you know, then you know. Pet PNP card them and no petty.
What?
Only JLP set the people.
Come in, family.
22 years, them no stop keep
Steady show live once again.
Mark gold in him at the worst of the lot. Lose to election and try run back. No mention the one we road the right off. God, I go beat it with the rod and the staff. Face ugly like him, I walk witchcraft. I was the teacher side of Alfred Dawes.
Forward family, the Steady is back live to talk to everybody today. People hitting the like button, I like it. Come in, family, let's talk.
If I never help enough, we wouldn't want a vehicle. Them talk about time, come out them way back at time. Them tell PLI I try thief and just shine. All of them are devil and them forget bind. Get the 4 term, it a go blow them mind.
Forward family.
It a go blow them mind.
Yes, let me run the track again. Yes, man, the Steady Show is live once again. We are here to talk about the nation's business. So, wanna make me know who did it, you know. Yeah, man, we come here to talk. We can't make it go. We have to talk about what going on with Silvera. We have to talk about what going on with the Cuban nurses, them. We have to talk about the violence that's happening in schools. We have to talk about what's happening in the country right now. So, whoever is there, let me know that you are there. Check me in the chat. Let me know that you are there. You understand me? Put your name in the chat and heal up steady, man. And big up on yourself. Me see someone I watch. I see some people hitting the like button. And big up on yourself same way. Let's go, family. Let's go. Let's go.
If you want politics, just turn on Steady Show. Once said the boss, if you know, then you know.
MDL in the building. Big up. Mr. Raffington, big up yourself.
22 years, them no stop keep tax. From Michael Manley straight to Finsack. Mark gold in him at the world.
I see the chat loading up. Come on, family, let's go. Let me know who's there right now. Steady live.
Face ugly like him, I walk witchcraft. I was the teacher side of Alfred Dawes.
Leon the Lioness in the building. Big up Black Obsidian in the building. Who else? Who else is there? Hit the like button. MDL is saying it right now. Let's go, family. Load up the chat same way.
Garden oil for inner tax fraud. In our parliament, but do help we law. Yeah, we are no good people. We know them and no good people. If I never help enough, we wouldn't want a vehicle. Them about time, come out them way back at time. Them tell PLI I try thief.
Sharon Scott in the building. Big up same way.
Get the 4 term, it a go blow them mind.
See
blow them mind, it a go blow them mind.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Steady Show. If it's your first time, welcome. If you're a regular, welcome back. Big up to the moderators. Big up to everybody. Big up to everybody hitting the like button right now. Leon the Lioness in the building. Big up yourself, same way. So I'm seeing 3 moderators. That's a good sign. So, family, whole heap of things are going on in Jamaica right now. You understand me? Whole heap of things are going on in Jamaica. You know, first of all, we've been waiting for March 6th. We've been waiting on March 6th. Like our pick me used to wait for a bus before the school bus program came in. You understand me? We've been waiting on March 6th because tomorrow is the day when Silvera, Jolian Silvera, is supposed to face his sentencing. And Jamaica has very high expectations as to what they want to see come out of this. Thanks to everybody that's saying, hit the like button right now. You understand me? Somebody named Joma. Welcome, Jamaican bro. I do appreciate you. Big up yourself, same way, family. You understand me? Big up to Andre Green. Somebody said, sup, bro, I'm here. Respect. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody that's there. Marcia Fortis. Anybody else that's there. If you're new to the show, you're a recent subscriber, believe me, this is a place that you can talk. We don't shame people for having strong views, right? We just don't want to disrespect. But family, a lot of things are happening in the country right now, and I know a lot of people should be going live, so I'm not going to take up too much time, but I want to go through some of these things one by one. So I put out a video today. If you look in the post tab, you can see the predictions. A lot of people have high expectations for Jolian Silvera's sentencing. You understand me? And we don't know what's going to happen yet. Most of the people, we had over 882 votes. I believe 46% say, yeah, man, they believe that he's going to get 20 plus years. Some people believe that he's going to get less years or more years. We don't know what's going to happen. If you look in the post tab, you will see. So tomorrow is the 6th. So we're not expecting any kind of delays. We hope that there won't be any kind of delays as to the sentencing. And we hope that the Jamaican people, you understand me? We hope that justice will not just be done, but that justice will be seen to be done when it comes on to this very egregious situation that took place in Jamaica. A former lawmaker, dirty him wife, and you understand me, just as the case was about to proceed to trial, him decide, say, you know, he was going to plead guilty. A lot of Jamaicans didn't feel good about the fact that the DPP accepted the plea deal. The judge accepted the plea deal. But no, you understand me, his fate now lies in the hands of Sykes. So we want to know what Sykes is going to do tomorrow. We saw the protest that took place at Heroes Circle just the other day. So let's see what's going to happen. Janet Mangle, big up yourself. Big up to Beverly Clark. You understand me? Big up to everybody that is here right now. But I want to talk about a speech that I saw the Minister of Education, Dana Morris Dixon, give this evening. And I want to tell you, I want to say big up to Dr. Morris Dixon. She's doing a great job. Fresh face, Minister of Education, Information. You understand me? She's doing a really good job out there. You understand me? Battling and talking and speaking to the issues that are taking place in the country. So I believe this was on nationwide. Please forgive me. You understand me? I was a bit disorganized for this one in terms of my devices, but let me just go ahead and see if I can get these news pieces up and running. You understand me? I don't even know what this was a while ago. Yeah, man, but we saw that there was a student that, where was this? In Ochio? You understand me? Some student, you understand me? Some altercation with some other student, and that situation resulted in, you know, the death of a student. We know YouTube not like when we use certain words sometimes, but YouTube can go on sometime, you know. You understand me? It resulted in the death of a student. You understand me? And that's very unfortunate because people of them pitney, you know. And nobody expects their child to go to school only to find out that your child left school, then your child end up in a hospital, and then your child end up at the morgue. Like, nobody goes to their bed at night. And we have to say, it doesn't matter if you have a troubled child. It doesn't matter if you don't get along with that the picnic day. You don't expect anything like that. It doesn't matter who your child is or what your child has been doing. Nobody not send them picnic to school expecting that child would not return home because their life was snuffed out by some other student. I believe this is the news thing. I believe, let me see. I think that we had more than one items. I just saw one, but let me just make sure that that's the one we're working with. Let me just see what this one says. Nobody expects anything like that, man. And so everything begins at home, family. And it is just sad, the kind of homes that some of them picnic come out of sometimes. Because when you review the behavior, enough of the adults them, you can see where the behavior comes from. And I know it's not a good look. How are those parents and family members feeling now? How are those students? It's not just even the parents that lose the picnic, you know. But what about the children who go to school? And now they must now deal with the fact that something like this happened to one of their fellow students. Somebody's friend, somebody's classmate. You're going to have to deal with that kind of weight because a student's life was taken by another student. So now we're talking about students going to school with fear because of what could happen. Parents have fear of what could happen to them picnic because of what is happening. Children becoming killers at such a young age in life. It's not a good look. And yes, the government is trying to do everything to curtail crime and violence. We just spoke about 2 days ago where Juliet spoke about, the acts that they're looking to put in place as it relates to, children 12 to 17. I believe it's a Child Diversion Act or so, where they're looking to rehabilitate some of these children coming out of some of these homes. But I do believe that we have some words from Dr. Dixon. I hope this is the news item. She had an impassioned plea, you understand me, that she shared. And I believe I have it right here. So let's just go into it right away as we talk about this part of the show.
I know the counseling team is here already. Anything you need in the coming months, because I know that you're not going to just see the manifestations of the trauma and the pain right away. It can be months down the road. So whatever you need in the coming weeks, in the coming months, we're here to provide that.
So that is Dr. Dana Dixon just giving assurance that, the ministry is there to assist and to respond to the needs of the schools and the parents and to offer support and counseling and whatever else they need. I know this is not one of the political topics that we would like to jump on. It's not exciting, but it's the reality that we are facing out there. And these things must be addressed. Let's just see if we can hear some other part. As I said before, I'm a bit disorganized, but I'm looking for the information. But some of you would have seen the news already, so we're just commenting as we go along. Let's hear what we have right. Let's see what we have right here. So I believe this is Matthew Samuda that's going to speak right now.
We are deeply hurt for the families that have lost young men this morning. I extend my personal condolences and indeed the condolences of my team to the family that is grieving this morning. This is a true tragedy and it will take some time to unpack. There is much to be said in the coming weeks and certainly much to be done, but I thank the Minister for her swift response.
All right, so that's Matthew Samuda assuring, the school students and all stakeholders that they do have the support of the ministry, because this is our problem to deal with. It's not because it's not our direct children or anything like that. It's our children. You understand me? For children, them go to school. You understand me? Alongside these children, these troubled children, and something needs to be done. So we're glad to see the speedy response of the ministers. You understand me? Let's see.
We've been working with SSP Russell and his team, certainly since the latter part of last year, with an intense focus to deal with many of the issues that we have in and around St. last year would have had particular challenges, one of the few areas in the country that had a marginal increase in murder. But this year we were down 44% as at the end of February. One incident like this that shakes you to your core will affect the morale of such a push at all of society. What we are here to say to all stakeholders is that, we won't be daunted. We'll continue to work with the varying arms of the state to ensure that the reductions we see are sustained. And that's a general position.
Yeah, man, and we saw there was a host on Nationwide today. I believe he also condemned what happened, and he spoke about the fact that, inside the homes, a lot of times, it's just parents and what children live what they learn. And too often, people are not able to, I believe this is the one that will probably have more talking from the Minister of Education, that people don't know how to resolve their conflicts a lot of times. And when adults cannot resolve their conflicts, you understand me, and children watch it, children live what they learn, then that's what happens. You understand me? They come and they display the same kind of behavior. You understand me? So we are said to the youths, them who are go school, You understand me? Especially the mature ones and the ones from the troubled communities. You understand me? You to have a bright future ahead of you. You understand me? And enough of you we know say through the music and other influences, feel say, bad man culture and displaying violence and all these things. You think it's a good way to go, but remember, you're not going to be young, all the days of your life. You understand what I said to you? And you have to understand that when you do things like this, it's going to have long-term consequences. You understand me? The day is going to come when uno are going to become parents too. And none of uno not going to know say uno youth them go to school and anybody do anything to uno picnic. None of uno not going to know say uno have uno picnic where uno raise or uno look after. You understand me? But because of uno actions or the action of some careless people, right? Because of the actions of careless picnic, other children lose them life as a result of that. And parents, take precautions, make sure you know what's going on. Talk to them, pick them and make sure say, when pick them know or tell them what happened with them at school. I want to find out say, them have children, other picnic in the school where I give them problem, especially the bully them. Because a long time bullying at school, Want to make sure say, want to deal with it. Fathers, a lot of these things happen sometimes because fathers are not around, and we're not saying that this particular situation because we don't know the situation that well. But a lot of times, the youth, them who don't have the discipline, them not have the fathers, them not have proper fathers, fathers who became fathers, but they were not fathered themselves. And so, the vicious cycle, you understand me? It continues. So everybody is going to have to jump on board. This is not just something that ministry alone have to go respond to. This is not just, you understand me? This is not just for the people who are directly affected. It's not just for them. It's for everybody who have picnic go to school. And no matter if you're direct picnic, whether a niece, nephew, or whatever, we have to look out for the children. And we have to make sure so we keep school safe. So I hope they will put all measures in place, you understand me, to ensure that as much as possible, we can nip some of these issues in the bud from early, especially as it relates to troubled children. If some of them behave certain way, we have to find some other way to make sure that we're addressing them. If you see them come from them yard in the morning, them look at a particular way and them move a particular way, we have to find some ways to address those kind of situations. So we don't have these situations escalating and students are bullied. Let me tell you, everybody can say anything they want to say until they happen to feed them picnic, I mean, I tell you, you understand me? Thank God, 20-year-old did well in school. You understand me? Graduated, did well. Never had to deal with that kind of stuff. Have another little youth. We don't expect to see any of this kind of stuff happening. So this is the time to speak out to speak out on these matters. Careless parents, somehow no need for do better, or not spend no time with no picnic. You understand me? I said to you, enough parents and students need to, and them picnic, they need to be in some kind of family counseling. They need to be in some kind of program that teach them how to relate and how to resolve conflicts and all of those things. You're not supposed to send killers to school. Killers not supposed to go to school, man. Yeah, man, so that is not a good feeling. That's just not a good look in any way. And me hear the man, I thought I heard a while ago. How many students? Is it one or two? You understand me? We know about the one that, this one that they brought to the hospital, but them talk like say it's more than one student this thing happened to. Right? So that's not a good look. Somebody is saying that there is no love in the society. Yeah, man, a lot of times, I agree with you, Iona. A lot of times, there is just no love in other homes. Sometimes the parents, them just too rough. A lot of times, people have picnic and, there's no proper family planning that they put in place for the children them to come, and when they come, the children them lack all kinds of things from an early age. Them not have no love, them not have no resources, they're not getting any care, no attention, no help with schoolwork, no affirmation, no parents they for really develop them picnic. Somebody say a lot of self-hate. Exactly. And that the self-hate comes from what they see in the homes. A lot of these children, all them a do is them a bring them yard, go to school. Because if you go to them yard a lot of times, that is where a lot of them learn this kind of behavior. You understand me? Somebody say, I'm glad that the Prime Minister is going to address all types of violence in Jamaica. Absolutely. It's very, very necessary, because speaking of children, one of the things that we learn from this gang violence thing in Jamaica, where the same youth, them such as the ones who go to school, you understand me? Remember, say in a school, enough scamming did go on in a school too, You understand me? I don't know if it's still going on, but that's a big thing. But a lot of these things, a lot of things start at an early age. One of the things that we learn about, when Dr. Andrew Holness spoke about gang culture, and that it was gang culture that's responsible for a lot of the crime and violence what we see in Jamaica, right? A lot of times what we learn is that the dons in the communities a lot of times, and these community leaders and these wayward people in the community, when them sister the youth, them not have no fathers around them sometimes. Yeah? Them take on the youth them and them move like them as a father figure. But what they're doing, especially when they come and they have these treats, back to school treats and all kind of treats, what we're learning is that for a lot of them in troubled areas, that is a recruiting ground. And when them a recruit picnic 12, 13, 14, them a recruit liquor picnic, and them a put the machine in the picnic them hand. Big up same way, Carolyn. Them a put machine in the picnic them hand. Right? So at this enough youth start. So fathers, enough man, on a need for step up, man, and start play a role in our youth them life too. Because a lot of times, you understand me, when you check these situations, mother a cry, auntie a cry, sister a cry, teacher a cry, minister education worried for what's going on. But when you check out the levels, you understand me, parents sometimes now play them role. So thanks everybody for sticking with me on this one. You understand me? So this, as it relates to this children, this picnic business, you understand me? Enough away, parents, we just really need to do better. Big up same way, Marie. If this is your first time watching the Steady Show, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button if you appreciate the reasoning. Right now, we just a talk to the people. Somebody say, truth you a talk, I same so it go. All right, big up yourself same way, Mervis. Big up yourself, man. Yeah, man, so these are some of the things happening with these students. Now, family, a lot of things, if you notice, we put a wide topic. We spoke about what going on with the youth them already, right? We spoke about Silvera. This evening, we saw another piece of news that, Jamaica, them Cuban doctors, the program that we had going with, the Cuban doctors, that program is now coming to an end because we could not reach some kind of agreement, you understand me, between, the government apparently and our government. And I know that for the Cuba situation, We saw on Nationwide put out a news this evening, and it talk about the blackout that is happening in Cuba. And the blackout has to do with, the lack of oil and whatever. So Cuba has placed itself in a very, very difficult situation since the 60s. And that not going to change anytime soon. You understand me? I talk to Cubans, people who live in other country, and who talk about a lot of the stuff that really affect the people. Now, we're not saying that, you understand me, they don't have the right to believe what they believe. But sometimes when you hold on to a belief and that belief is destructive and not productive and it creates more problems for you, sometimes you have to make a decision. You understand me? Just this evening I was talking to somebody who was familiar with, who works in the same office as Michael Manley, right? And they spoke about even since those days we had the Cubans who were around, because we know that PNP was trying very hard to turn Jamaica into Cuba as well. And look at what's happening to Cuba right now. And thank God we won that 1980 election, the bloodiest election that ever took place in Jamaica, or else we could end up like that. You understand me? So everybody know that oil is very important. Crude oil is very important. The oil around the world. You know that, see me put this thing in the comment, in the post tab on my show the other day, and for those who probably not see it, I probably can look at it. Oil is very important. You understand me? And Cuba used to have good liaisons with the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union fell. 1991, them could have get it from Venezuela. Them can't get it from Venezuela no more. But the way Cuba has positioned itself in the global marketplace, it makes it very difficult. You understand me? Somebody was saying that them not understand the glass that may I wear inside of the house. Well, this is Jamaica, and Jamaicans wear our glass anywhere we feel like. But big up yourself for the question. Right? So the other day, I put out a list of countries. For those who probably not aware, let me just give some information in this segment, right? So I say, crude oil runs the world, family. Crude oil is bought and refined into petroleum products like ship fuel, plane fuel, car fuel, diesel, asphalt, gas, engine oil for motor vehicles, machinery, cooking gas, electricity. So the blackout in Cuba, as if you read the news this evening, it talk about the fact that they don't have petroleum, right? Our biggest bill in Jamaica, it comes from what we have to pay for crude oil. You understand me? And yes, Petrojam refines crude oil and make all of the petroleum products. Some of them we ship to the region. You understand me? Such as Trinidad and Barbados. But we do so on a limited basis because we have our own consumption needs, right? So the countries that they're the leading producers of crude oil. So enough of the fight where you see I go on an oil fight, bigger problem than we, because we don't produce crude oil like that. We are look for oil, PNP, so we find it already. But everybody know PNP talk already, right? But the big producers, the USA, you understand me, Saudi, Russian Federation, Canada, Iran, Iraq, China, UAE, Brazil, Kuwait. So all the way you see go on in that segment of the world right now, all of that stuff, it does impact and influence what happens with us, even though the world with the over yasso. You understand me? So when Cuba puts itself in a position where, you understand me? So one of the big problems is that the program that we saw with Kamina Johnson, and I just read a part of it, but it seems to me that it's not a total wiping away of the thing. I believe it's the arrangement with the Cuban government, because in many cases, the Cuban government, or most cases, what the Cuban government do is they are the ones who determine how people paychecks are spent. And in a 2026, that is really not practical. So people are working, but just like PNP mindset, Them have to send them money go mind people who don't want to work. And everywhere that communism, you understand me, is the government, the government, under communist government, communism always fail the people because it does not encourage production, right? So Cuba is in a bind right now as it relates to them not produce much because them not have the resources to produce. Cuba is not even a part of CARICOM. We just have diplomatic relations. So everywhere that could say, so all Cuba has to do is free up the thing. Now, the people with the resources, they're going to make the big decisions whether we like them or not, right? So Cuba wants to align itself with the enemies of the USA. When Cuba, some parts of Florida, I believe when we went to Key West, they said that Cuba was just like an hour away from Key West, Florida. So Cuba is right in America's backyard. So Cuba cannot be entertaining those kind of enemies. And we can't tell them what to do, you know. But we're just as say Cuba is a whole adult country. And Cuba really has to bear the brunt, the Cuban government. So don't get us wrong. The USA, they do humanitarian stuff for Cuba, right? And CARICOM, the other day when Andrew Holness spoke, PNP used to criticize Andrew Holness and say Andrew Holness is not addressing the issues as it relates to Cuba. But we saw where Dr. Andrew Holness, he stepped up and he said something. And we even saw where that congressman gave him a threat. But thank God, you understand me? Dr. Andrew Holness really never said anything that's critical. Dr. Andrew Holness really spoke on his perspective on the issue was right in line with America and what America has been doing. Now, folks, as it stands right now, we don't get to tell America how to make its decisions, right? So when we say to people, your vote matters. Your vote matters. When you vote for people, when you vote for people who don't have, you know, your interest at heart like that, or who have agendas who might affect how life go for you, you have to understand. So again, for us, Jamaica, we're a very small country. We depend on America. You understand me? For the tourism dollars, whether you like it or not, we depend on them for the tourism dollars. You understand me? We depend on them for trade. Why you think that the JLP has been able to do such a good job in government? Because the JLP makes sure that they position themselves with America. America is too big for us to fight. America has a population of what, 33 million? We just have barely over 3 million. We can't take on them, the kind of giant there. You see what I said to you? So, the matter in a Cuba is just one. And thank you very much, MDL. MDL says, Andrew Holness is a diplomat. Yes. You have to see 330 million. See there? MDL correcting me. You understand me? Thank you. Right? We cannot take on that kind of giant. We are a baby nation. Right? And somebody said, them want to fling big stone after new. Thank you, wife style. I know you're going to always say it. You understand me? They want to fling big stone after nuclear weapons. We can't. And this is not to say that we don't have our own stance and we don't care about our Caribbean brothers and sisters. But I believe that it is time for the Cuban government to open up the thing and let the people choose their own government. Look at what was happening in Jamaica because we kept choosing, Jamaica people kept choosing PNP. It matters who you vote for. And no, it's not like they don't vote, you know, it's just that Cuba has what you call a one-party system. Right? The other day, I think yesterday, I see some news where say the president said they will have to, for want of a better term, realign themselves in order to survive. So the same darkness where Cuba in today are the same darkness that Manley did allow Jamaica to go through in the 70s. That is the power, folks, of the kind of decisions that we make. Right? Manley was going to the mountaintop and poor people are run behind Manley. Like them think them and Manley come from the same place. When Manley was the son of a premier, Manley bred butter upon two sides before Manley was born. Right? So it's a lot for us to understand. But you see, we have to talk about these global issues and these global shocks because we must understand our limitations. Anybody notice what's happened with the war that's happening in Iran and the division and the talking that's going on in terms of the timing? People are on different sides of the spectrum in terms of the timing of this whole thing, right? Decisions have consequences, folks, right? So we're not ready to take on the big America yet. We're really not. Somebody say, this is in reference to the Silvera case. I hope the judge know that whatever decision he make tomorrow will define the justice system moving forward. Okay, thank you. Somebody want to talk about that. So we're what now? 36 minutes into the show. We've basically covered quite a number of, we've basically spoke on everything that's key on the thing. So as it relates to that situation tomorrow, maybe what we can do now, I see 122 watching, right? Let me ask you, I want you to put it in the comments right now. How many years do you believe they're going to give Silvera? And while we do that, let us go ahead and hit the like button. All you got to do is double tap your screen just like this. If you're using a mobile phone, if you do that, it will register as a like. So I'm seeing 121 visible. I'm only seeing 58 likes. Please go ahead and do that. You understand me? Somebody said Manley never worked a day in his life. He is from the British aristocracy. Absolutely. See, Manley was a charmer and Manley was a talker, and the Jamaican people fell for it. I have a 9-minute video on this phone. I played a part of it some time ago with Manley. When you hear Manley telling the people about onward Christian socialists marching on to war, and the people them are sing, Manley was like a real false prophet over the people them, using his charisma and his ability to convince people. Meanwhile, this was all an experiment from a rich kid. That's all it was. But the people fell for it. And so that's why I get vexed when we see Andrew Holness come from Spanish Town. And Andrew Holness come from where the average Jamaican come from and go through the same struggles. But them turn around and still want to put back Jamaica in the hand of Mark Golding, rich class. What is the fascination with rich people, white people, and brown people in Jamaica? I don't know. Why? How is it that we love? How is it that we love the slave master and the children of the slave master, but we hate ourselves and we hate the children of our fathers or forefathers who were on the plantation together? Some of them not even didn't make it to the plantation. You understand? Some of them were beaten. You understand me? Lose them life, throw off a ship in a sea, even before they reach over here. But we still believe. What wrong with we so? What kind of Stockholm syndrome this? And when I talk like this, I have to go for PNP again because this damn political party just want to win. It doesn't matter what it takes. They would rather burn. PNP look like they would rather burn down Jamaica just to win the election. How them so stupid? I don't know. And that's how I feel about it. So I got to talk about it. You understand me? If you're offended, PNP, hit the like button and be on your way. You understand me? Let's see what the people are saying right now. All right. Manley apologized, yet the people still behaving like he was great. Manley apologized in 1989. The same America that Manley been a brag and a boast and a push up in chest band, he had to go back to them. And I was saying to somebody this evening, I say, you have brilliant minds out here looking for some way for the PNP to get another win. And we want to see the evidence based on historical data, empirical evidence. We want to see the information, the supporting evidence from anybody who stand behind this PNP and they say they now switch because this is where the navel string cut. We want to see the evidence based on past performance of everybody that's been a prime minister, anybody from whether from Manley time, PJ time, Portia time, you understand me? But come down the line. Manley time, PJ time, Portia time. You understand me? We want to see the evidence. What kind of what kind of track record do you have? We don't have no track record. Right? So we want to know how about PNP so. Right? What is it about PNP? So, this government perform. Look how we build up Jamaica. Right? Hurricane Melissa come. Why you think the PNP? Right now, Mr. Crawford, I work with Dana Morris Dixon. Crawford, I smile and look happy. Even PNP a benefit. Mr. Dayton a handover host right now under JLP government. Westmoreland who decide for dash with JLP for PNP. JLP still a help Westmoreland. How you love you oppressor them so? Where you get that kind of mindset you for? You really bright? You really bright or you just swat? How you take in full education because you don't have no evidence, no empirical data, you don't have nothing in support or stance. It is time to look at the Jamaica as the country that your children and grandchildren can grow up in and benefit. And let us not even talk about the violence that is in the school because PNP and the freedom regime is like violence is the way to everything and anything. So labor right come here and try to fix it. Stick with the fixers. Let's hear what the people are saying because it looked to me that I not even have to do 1 hour tonight, because I get enough things off of my chest. Let's hear what the people are saying. Even if Silvera gets life imprisonment, it is my view that Melissa did not get justice because this need to go to trial. And this is how you look at it. What a way to look at it, lifestyle. You understand me? Once the consequences are meted out, you understand me? Then I am happy with that, right? So let us see. Somebody say cult leader. That's what he was. Somebody say yes, just like Jim Jones. Jim Jones led over 900 people to their death, convinced the people to drink Kool-Aid, cyanide, he made them drink. Because people don't understand that when people get into them ego, how dangerous they could. It's the same kind of hole him have upon them. And I'm telling you, as Katabi say, we don't know we're gonna work it out with them. Because this is not making any sense. Right? Somebody say it is cultural conditioning. Yeah, man. Who didn't know say skin bleaching would have taken on the form that it's taken on? And we're not going to knock anybody about skin bleaching. I'm just saying that we have a problem loving ourselves. And this is the reason why I say picnic and go to school. It tie right back in, This is why I say picnic and go to school with no love in their heart. They don't see no future. Because they don't know no love. They don't grow up in no environment where they are shown love and nobody now nurture them. They never get it like Manley, who had a bright future from the day he was born. And like a Mark Golden, his friendship with Omar Davis get for turn over Jamaica. And then Mark Golden benefit again. And look at the only thing Mark Golan do with the money and Nam Burger with him big fat self. Right? And Mark Golan is running up and down in Jamaica after Finsack, doing everything, accusing the Prime Minister of corruption when, you understand me, he was the one who's proven to benefit from government corruption. I want to say to people, go on the internet and go look at the case of Audley Shaw versus DB and G. They can't talk to you, but they still want back PNP. They want PNP like how they want them mama titi. That's how they are. The childlike desire with no justification. No one come off a manly titi. You know, come off a manly titi. You understand me? PNP come off a manly titi. And that's what I tell them tonight. You understand me? Let us see what the people are saying. Light is right, but black stay back. We know that. You understand me? The PNP has a dark past, a non-existent present, and a loser's future. I agree. Somebody say, have auntie. Okay, I don't know what that comment is going to. Somebody say, steady, no more fooling around. We can't fool around, man. You understand me? With the foolishness it need for cut out of Jamaica. You understand me? Somebody said, I hear the judge said that there are witnesses. So we're just reading comments right now. Whether you're talking about what go on with Silvera, or you talk about what go on with Cuba, we're just going to interact with the comments as we go, because a long time we never talk to the family. You understand me? So let's go through the comments and just talk to the people. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to the show if you have not done so. Somebody say, I hear the judge said that there were witnesses. I hear the judge said that there are witnesses to protect. Hence, the hearings behind closed doors. It was one day before trial was to start that the plea deal came. Yeah, we know that. And we understand that a lot of people are privy to a lot of incriminating information. You understand me? About this situation. Personally, I don't know what to think about that case here. Because I don't know, recently, until the Silvera thing, me never did hear nothing from about Champagne. Recently, about 3 times I see Champagne in the news. Then me see Sykes in the news. I talk about this, that, and the third. I'm like, what am I conditioned for? The next thing again, when them talk about them are gonna have the camera there, me say, why is it? What is it? Is it that they have something to explain to us? Why they gonna give with the camera? It's not the camera that we're interested in, you know. What we're interested in is to see that, you understand me, a proper sentencing is handed down to this man. I don't know, but my brain asks all kind of questions. Because like, why not just stay away until the 6th? So let's see what this one is going to look like. Somebody said that's why Nikisha can have BBL. We don't think he did a good enough job. I think that's what she's saying. Somebody I use our word, so I'm not sure I can pronounce it. Is it masochistic? It's something like that, right? May I listen to the word. Wonder if Jamaica knew that on the JLP we manufactured everything we needed except motor cars. You understand me? And when you ask that question, I hope that the labor rights are aware of that. Right? Because believe me, going towards the 4th term is going to be a challenge. We will need to know some things. Somebody said, I don't know what the hell these people love about PNP. I don't think it's a genuine love, because things say PNP was a socialist party until Mark Golan them took it over and made it capitalist. So now we have the capitalists fighting, we have the socialists fighting against the capitalists. You understand me? But what we're trying to make these people on the socialist side know is that based on the history, we have to do away with that PNP socialist mindset. And Cuba is here to show us the dangers of socialism. It's not like say we have to go back. We don't have to We don't have to go talk about Manly, you know. All we have to do is look at Cuba, you know. All we have to do is look at Cuba. If you want to see what can happen when you don't have good governance in place, all you have to do is just look at Haiti and some countries in Africa or whatever. Stop going like on some big head bud on the good internet, on the PNP internet. PNP a full of internet, but one of the biggest big head bud on the internet. Where is the reasoning? What on want? What on really want? That we have to know. Yeah, and this is what on want. Just for uno get a win on one, we finna no light in a 2026, like our Cuba now no light in a 2026. Because remember, say PNP and Cuba are the same country, you know. Why don't the president of Cuba call on the PNP them? And that we want to know. It's time to call the PNP them for come at them yard in a Cuba. PNP, it is time to go home. Mark Golden departs to England and PNP depart to Cuba. We're tired of now. You understand me? We're tired of now, man. Mark goes to England, PNP goes to Cuba. Everything good after that. Somebody said, please give me 100 likes. I need what? 24 more likes? Give me 24 more likes, because I don't know some I talk good in the place tonight. You understand me? I see the people talking to me, no man. You understand me? Somebody say, I was saying we don't think God did a good job. That's why we bleach, do plastic surgery, BBL. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. They want, but they white here, manly. So no, they want Mark Golin, even though Mark Golin, Mark Whopper Golin, what do John call him again? Bucky Swamps, they want but them Bucky Swamps. They can't, you know, want a black man run the country. They rather want a white man, Ricky, than want a black man run it good. That is the kind of foolishness that we're dealing with. So no, we don't want back. We don't want back one PNP. We don't want back Manly PNP. We don't want back PJ PNP. We don't want back Portia PNP. We don't want Peter Phillips PNP. We don't want Mark Golden PNP. We don't want the PNP them that who did want Lisa Hanna. We don't want none of them to run the country. And that's why I make you know PNP is a failure to Jamaica. That's facts. That's facts. Failure to the Jamaican people. Never, not once, when PNP was in government, were they able to grow the economy. Couldn't manage no crime. Not even mention corruption. Corruption on the corruption index under PNP was the highest. Murder, the highest. The performance of the economy, the very worst. PNP was worse than Hurricane Melissa, Beryl, and all of the hurricane them put together. PNP is that bad. So we say no to PNP. Somebody said PNP is not good for Jamaica, and we have to tell you. So no, we don't. Crawford can't do it. Crawford can't do it. We don't have no leader over there. We don't have nobody that is ready to take over the reins. Listen, Dr. Andrew Holness has set a bar. When you see people on the world stage, when you see scholars research in Jamaica and they were able to set Jamaica, you understand me, when we got our debt to GDP to 60%, coming from all the way at 130% under PNP in light years, and you see how the JLP is lauded for that. It's a different day. Today we see the people them go up on the school bus. PNP, better school bus, you know. What a joy it was to see the youth them go on the school bus today. Right? But you want to pay the same school bus that them did a cost. Because every time there's a policy, the PNP decide now they don't want Portmore to become a parish because politically it would not benefit them. What kind of people them are? What kind of scavenger them? What kind of hyena them we have? You understand me? They just want to come and feed off the government. So we don't want none of that in Jamaica. No more. You understand me? So for the people who are late, we spoke about the violence in schools, and we talk about the fact that parents, good parents, stand by on a picnic, get involved, make sure that you're in touch with teacher, farm teacher, your student, check in with your student, talk to your student about the day, the troubled children that are at school. Talk about these things. Make sure so they can nip a lot of things in the bud from early. I hope they will put security systems in the school. I hope if whatever we have to do, if I ever put some big man in the school, if I ever start some program where some man volunteer for make sure say youth are doing what they're supposed to do. They do it right here. So in the USA, you know, fathers volunteer to be there for students who don't have no father figure in them life. We have to find creative ways to deal with that, right? We talk about the issue with the Cuban doctors. I do believe that what they're looking to do now is for each doctor or whoever they have working in the medical field, let them do their own negotiations, because it's not that they're cutting out the Cuban people so much, but the Cuban government and this communist thing what them depend. That is what the USA does not want to deal with. And quite frankly, Cuba not in a no position right now for you to shove up their chest. And we not gonna shove up with chest with them either, because that is just bad. We're not doing that no more. We're not gonna let no man tell us about where I go to the mountain top with no Cuba. See that? When Dr. Andrew Holness spoke the other day, he shut up whole heap of them. And a lot of them thought, yes, no, we finally find something. Because for them, you know, them call out issues, you know, but all they want a win out of the situation. Right? But Andrew Holness, Dr. Andrew Holness, he was measured. He talked about the fact that it's time for them to embrace, you understand me, democracy. You understand me? Give people the chance to vote in good people. You understand me? Not even money can help right now. Inflation is very high because nothing is being produced. Because them cut off themselves from the resources. Come on, man. Cuba is a grown child. It's time Cuba do better. So, make we not jump on the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the JLP government, boy. Yeah, man. We send back home Cuban doctor. What we going to do now? Oh, no bother with that, the foolishness there. Somebody say, remember, PNP is in full campaign mode. They're still campaigning because that's all they formed the party to do to win election. That is the reason why they have never stopped to learn. Let me ask you something. If anybody in a PNP should become, God forbid, and they become prime minister, you understand me, and PNP should take over government, what you want? You want to take out people who've had 10, 5, 10, 15 years in a foreign affairs, in a tourism. We see Ed Bartlett getting his awards the other day. You understand me? Matthew Samuda doing well on the scene. Labor and security are going good. Sports and youth are going good. Education are going good. Works are going good. Right? National security are going good. Health and wellness are going good. All of them, all 14 of them, they're doing well. What you want to do? Take out the experienced people who are dealing with it and just go put in some new people because them wear orange and you like them. How would you really think? It's a new day. It's a new day in Jamaica. Thank you very much. Somebody is saying no. We don't want none of that foolishness. We ain't taking all the people with the experience to put in who Crawford. What you do, liking locks? You like Mark Golden belly, so you want it to go? Who you like? You like my girl. You like the what the sexy one name? So you like Tricky Nicky? Tricky Nicky, don't vote for Tricky Nicky. So Tricky Nicky and a female manly. That who no want. That who no pick. Steady and talk this evening, man. And Tricky Nicky on the pick. That's true. That who no want, man. Somebody say, yes, brother, steady. I hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much, Maxine. But I want to know why I not green up the chat because I don't know said it. I don't know said the live so and I want to not green up the chat. I want to not bring my guy 100. And this is not disrespect is steady, you know. You understand me? Listen to me, man. But make sure we can talk my heart. Yes, so we talk about the thing with education. We talk about what's going on with Cuba. And tomorrow we are asked Sykes. Thank you for agreeing at the chat because I don't know what we talk about this evening. We want Sykes to do the right thing. You understand me? Everybody knows Sykes' background already. And everybody know what Sykes give. But we hope that Sykes will do the right thing. On the green of the chat, this has been the Steady Show with another live. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. But I don't know the thing set already. You understand me?
If you want politics, just turn on.
Green on the chat. Up. Thank you, everybody.
Only JLP set the people them free. 22 years, them no stop keep tax. From Michael Manley straight to
Subscribe to the show.
Gold in him at the worst of the lot.
Green on the chat, guys. I don't know if chat good. Your girl. Lifestyle. Green it up.
Face ugly like him, I work witchcraft. I was the keys just like the Alfred does.
Thank you, MDL. Big up. Mervis, big up. Same way. Big up, big up, big up.
Play steady shower in the morning and in the evening too.
So now green it up there. That means some talk good.
Or you fit in a tax fraud.
Hey.
In our parliament, but do help we law. We are no good people, we know them and no good people. If I never the helping nobody would do want a vehicle. Them about time, come out them way back a time. Them tell Taylor you try thief and just shine. One of them a devil and them forget time.
Family, heart of love never start of love. Have a good night. Until we talk.